All right, Gordon, you ready? It's time, buddy. Chuck Stoyer, you ready? Hold on, you can relax. I'll bring you up. Relax. Relax. I have stories about both these drivers. I started working here at Riverhead Raceway in 1992. I was a fan, always a fan. And I started to work for Long Island Truck Parts, and I got an opportunity to call on S&P Sanitation. And I walked into the shop, and I was like, oh my God, that's Keith Flash Gordon. And it's because of the way you held yourself here and the things that you did here in such a short time. You guys always did it the right way. You came here with beautiful race cars. Then you took off and came back and beat them again in the 72 car. And we had an opportunity, guys like myself and Larry LaFontaine, we used to park all the way in the back of the pit area. But we used to go up and watch Keith Gordon because we weren't even qualifying for features back then. We had, what was it, Larry, 40, 45 cars here. This guy's winning with 40, 45 cars here and doing it the right way. And he left here with friends, a reputation, and people that truly enjoyed watching him drive a race car. Then Don Howe goes to the Gershow Motorsports team. And they're tinkering around and they're helping Don and they're winning championships. And somehow, some way, Keith Gordon ends up in the 02 Gershow Recycling late model and comes out here, challenges for a championship, and wins a race. And we went nuts that night. I don't know if you remember. O'Grady's Meat Market, we had a big party. It was great stuff. And the things you've done and how this even happened today. Last year, we're part of a committee that puts this together for the drivers. And Dynamite Dan Turbish grabbed me on the way out. And he said, you're missing the boat. So what do you mean I'm missing the boat? He goes, you got to get Keith Flash Gordon up there. I said, what? Yeah, I said, you know, he was great when he was here. He goes, he wasn't great. He killed us. We couldn't touch him. And we tried to get Danny here today. I don't see him. Oh, is he here? Oh, Danny, come on. Come tell a story, Dynamite Dan. Big round of applause for Comedy Wall of Champions member, Dynamite Dan Turbish. Danny?
All right, thank you, everybody. All right, we'll start with Keith. Is Keith here? Is he here? Because if he spoke one or two words during those years, you were lucky. The guy was the quietest guy in the racetrack. The only time you saw him was on the racetrack. And usually we battled out and had so much respect for each other. You know, we never took each other out, thank God. And we ran great. And you know what? Keith never touched my car, not once. But then we weren't that close. We started in the back and we were fighting everybody else. So, you know, it was definitely a pleasure driving against you. I know I was rough sometimes, but I had to win. and that's the, you know, and then I told him, I said, these guys last year, they're missing the boat up there. You got guys out here that belong on that Wall of Fame. They got championships, they ran great, and they should be out there. All right, so that's enough for you. Let's get over to Chuck. Chuck, is Chuck here? Same thing. You two guys were the quietest guys in the pits. Never a word. Went out there, drove, and great. And Chuck came with the ultimate weapon. Man, when he came on the scene, it was like if me or Rusty or one of the other good guys sneezed, we lost. And Chuck was right there, gone. And we couldn't even catch him. You know, he had the best car, the knowledge. I mean, he was so far advanced, and his driving style was smooth, just like yours, Keith. You two guys, I just want to tell you, it's an honor to have you guys on the Wall of Fame with us. And it's such, you know, it's exciting to see you guys here. You deserve it. You guys ran great. You got championships, and can't get any better. Like again, I'm honored to have you guys on that wall with us. Thank you so much. It's a pleasure.
Hey, Keith, you probably don't even have to talk now. Turbish did it all. All right. 10-time Charger feature event winner. tied for 13th all-time with Eric Lutz, Joe Hartman, and Joe Dobrinsky. Scored his 10 wins in a 4-year span. First win on April 25th, 1985. His final win on July 29th, 1989. 3 Charger championships during those 4 successful seasons. 86, 87, 89, and only Artie Tappan Jr. in 1988 stopped him from 4 in a row. And then he notched his lone late model victory August 23rd, 1997, racing as a teammate to the eventual 1997 late model champion Peter Bertuccio. For the 2023 Cromedy Wall of Fame champion induction, I present to you Keith Flash Gordon.
Thank you. What did I say? First of all, thank you. Thank you, Danny Charters. Can I? All right. Thank you, Danny. We had a lot of good times. Artie Tappan, Orlando's, Turbiches, Danny Watts, everybody. Good times, man. The other thing I like to say, I'd like to thank my family, friends, for all they've supported me. Riverhead Raceway, all the people that worked here. I have so many good memories. I'm nervous. I used to be nervous every time I got in my car, and I always said, why did I do this? But this is why I did it, because of this. I wrote myself a little cheat sheet. I want to thank my sponsors, S&P Sanitation, Carl Zay, Coworth Auto Body, Macbeth's Racing, Gershow Recycling, Super Rod Shop, at True Value Watermill, IGA, Long Island Truck Parts, Diane's Custom Signs. If it wasn't for all them, I wouldn't be able to do what I did. And then I have a large crew to thank. First of all, I'd like to thank my wife, Teresa. My family, mom, dad, my brothers, sisters. Chris kept my car looking good every week. Tommy Hennington picked me up every week. We had a good time. Tommy Schreiber, my best friend there, 11 years old when he met him. And that was like a brother to me. My Uncle Brian, who couldn't be here tonight. Eddie Zay, he kept my car running all around this track. Carl Zay, I miss him. Don Howe and Dave Crook. Every week that I used to come in, they'd come over and coach me, tell me what I did wrong, and made me a better driver. John Noble, Chris from IGA, Rhett. And I also want to thank Steve Elliston and Phil Elliston. They lettered my first race car. They gave me that name, Flash Gordon. And I also want to thank Oval Speed over there, Dennis. And Joe and Terry Bertuccio, Peter, that whole crew, giving me an opportunity to drive a late model for them, be on the pit crew for my idol, Don Howe. And I just want to thank my friends and family and fans. I met a lot of fans. And John Betts. And I don't know what else to say. I have no regrets, man. I enjoyed this.
All right, folks, Keith Flash Gordon. Why don't you get together with Connie Partridge, Tom Gatz. We'll get a couple of pictures. See, Teresa, he didn't do too bad. Now we can't get him to shut up. That's the problem. That's going to be the problem. Yeah, he thinks. What do you mean now? Now he's got a big head? One more big round of applause, folks, for Keith Flash Gordon.